Hello everyone, my name is Robert. Welcome to 30 minutes of stretch and mobility. Let's go ahead and just get right into it. We'll start with big neck rolls to the right, all the way around. Just trying to loosen up that neck a little bit. Keep our shoulders down, away from our ears. Just nice big circles to the right. All right, and let's take it to the left. Still keeping those shoulders down, away from the ears. In today's class, we're going to start with a short warm-up with a little bit more movement just to get the muscles warm before we get into more of that mobility section. We're going to do full body. We're just going to work our way down the body, hitting different muscle groups and whatnot. All right, and relax. Next, we're going to go arm circles forward, nice and big. Trying to warm up those shoulders. Standing up nice and tall. Elbows as long as you can keep them. Again, trying to keep our shoulders away from our ears. And relax. Let's go ahead and take it backwards. Today, let's focus on breathing nice deep breaths throughout. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice big circles backwards here. And relax. All right, let's do some chest openers. So we'll start with our arms on the front of us and then opening that chest all the way out and all the way back in. Back and forth at your own pace here. Just trying to feel that shoulder stretch when our arms are all the way out. Keeping our shoulders away from our ears. All right, and relax. Let's go ahead and spread the feet nice and wide. We're gonna go left hand to right foot, and that right arm comes up, and then we're gonna go and switch sides. So we're tapping our foot with our opposite hand, and that same arm is coming all the way back and up. So we're getting a little twist there, a little bit of hamstrings. Going back and forth at your own pace. Trying to get deeper as you go. Relax. Next, let's do some alternating leg cradles. So we'll be on one foot, and then that leg is coming bent towards you. You're grabbing the ankle and the knee, pulling up just slightly, and then letting it go and switching. So trying to hit the glute here. Try to pull up more on the ankle part to get that more of a glute stretch here, and then just alternating back and forth at your own pace. Still just trying to get warmed up here. Couple more. And relax. All right, next let's go into some inchworms. So we'll have our legs together. They stay nice and long. We're gonna reach down to the ground, inching those hands all the way out, and then all the way back in. Keeping our hips nice and high, legs as straight as possible, standing all the way up at the top. And repeat. Let's do one more rep here. And relax. All right, next we're gonna do an active quad stretch. So we'll grab one ankle right behind us, and then we're gonna reach up, pulling up with both arms at the same time, and then switching. So this one's gonna take a little bit more balance. Well, we're looking to hit the quad here. Get a nice quick stretch, a little bit more range of motion before switching. Again, go at your own pace. Still just warming up here, getting that blood flow through the muscles. Couple more. Still focusing on breathing deep breaths. And relax. All right, next we're gonna go into some hamstring sweeps. We'll start with our feet together. We're gonna take one little step forward. That back leg bends, that front leg stays nice and straight. And we're just gonna sweep through, looking for that hamstring stretch on that straight leg side. And then switching sides. Just alternating back and forth here. Remember, the leg in the back bends, the leg in the front doesn't. Looking for that hamstring stretch. Switching back and forth, going at your own pace, making sure you're breathing the whole time. You want to come down and through with that sweep. Couple more. Shake them out if you need to. Next, we're gonna go into some side bends. So we'll go one arm overhead, reaching towards the opposite side, and then our other hand pushing our hips the opposite way, getting that nice oblique and lat stretch. And then switching sides, alternating at your own pace here. If one side feels a little bit tighter, feel free to hold that side a little bit longer. Still breathing nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. See if you can go a little bit farther. Couple more here. All right, and relax. Next, we're gonna go legs nice and wide in that V shape. Then we're gonna take both hands and our head down to the right side, getting that right hamstring stretch, a little bit of groin stretch here. Head goes towards your knee. Legs stay as straight as possible. Don't fight it, just trying to loosen that muscle. The longer you hold that stretch, if you could fall into it a little bit deeper, feel free to do that. Just not forcing anything. All right, let's come on up. And we'll switch sides, same thing, going down to the left. Left leg stays nice and straight. Both arms down towards that left foot, head towards that left knee. Taking nice deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, and come on up, and then we'll take it down to the middle. Hands to the ground if you can get it there. If we need more of a stretch, we'll start inching our hands backwards behind us. Still keeping those legs straight. Still breathing nice and deep. Getting that lower back stretch here, a little bit of hamstrings and groin. All right, and come on up. Next, we're gonna go into a sumo squat stance. So we'll have our feet slightly wider than our hips. I'm gonna drop all the way down to that squat, the bottom of a squat, staying on our heels the whole time. You can either put your hands on the ground to help push your knees out, or you can put your hands together in front of you. We wanna push our knees out with our elbows, getting a little bit of groin stretch, a little bit of lower back here. Remember, staying on our heels the whole time. Knees nice and wide. Just kind of sinking into it, falling into it. Breathing nice and deep. If we want to, we can start rocking a little bit side to side, just slightly, while keeping our heels on the ground the whole time. Getting a little bit more of an ankle stretch here. Just move, rocking slightly back and forth if you like. If you want to just hold it, that's totally fine too. All right, come on up out of there. Our next stretch, we're gonna go into a right knee down, left foot on the ground, trying to bend both knees towards 90 degrees. And then we're just gonna push forward, leaning onto that left side, stretching that right hip flexor right here. Getting that right hip flexor stretch. Again, that left foot stays totally on the ground, even the heel. You just want to be leaned forward slightly so we get that right hip flexor stretch. And right, then next we're gonna put our hands on the ground, staying in that same position. And then we're gonna drop our elbows close to our ankle if you can. If not, just holding this position is totally fine. But just trying to sink down, getting that hip stretch, continuing that right hip flexor stretch here. Not fighting it, just kind of breathing through it. Trying to loosen those muscles up. Remember, breathing nice and deep in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, then let's open up that left arm all the way back so we get a little bit of a lower back stretch. Then we're gonna put that left hand on the outside of the left foot. Coming onto our hands, we're gonna push back, bringing our back knee up, getting this left hamstring stretch. And then if you wanna hit that right calf, press that heel towards the ground. So both heels are on the ground now. I'm feeling my left hamstring stretch and also my right calf. All right, and come on forward. And let's go ahead and switch sides. So left leg back, right foot in front, 90 degrees at both knees if you can. And then we're just gonna lean forward, getting that left hip flexor stretch here. We're looking for this stretch right in that hip flexor. Leaning forward into it. Keeping our right heel down, breathing deeply. All right, then let's go ahead and put those hands on the inside on the ground. Drop into our elbows if we can. One elbow if you can. Just dropping nice and low. Getting a little bit more of that right hip stretch and left hip flexor. Just kind of falling into it, still focusing on just taking deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, and come on up. And then let's open up that right side all the way up. And then go ahead and put that right hand on the right side of the right foot. And then we'll come on to our hands, pushing our hips back. Left knee comes off the ground. Looking for that right hamstring and left calf stretch here. All right, and release. Next, we're going into a right side pigeon pose. So that left leg or that right leg on the ground, bent at the knee, left leg back, and then we're just dropping our chest over our right knee, getting that right glute stretch, right hip stretch here. Dropping our head forward towards the ground if you can. Still breathing deeply in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, and come on up to our hands, and then we're gonna inch our hands to the right, getting a little twist, a slight twist of our lower back, not too far, just that slight twist. Stretching out our lower back a little bit. All right, and then inching those hands back to the center, and then switching sides to that left side pigeon pose. So that left knee will be bent, right leg back, and then dropping that chest right over your left knee here, getting that left glute and hip stretch here. Remember, we still want to be focusing on breathing. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, and let's come on up onto the hands. We'll inch them to the left, just slightly, getting that slight twist of the lower back. Getting that lower back stretch here. All right, then inching back to the center and coming out of there. We're gonna finish in the child's pose today. So we'll be on our knees slightly wider than the hips, feet together, arms in front of you, pushing our hips back towards our heels, and then dropping our head right between our arms, looking for that upper back and shoulder stretch along with the hips. Feel free to close your eyes if you'd like here for added relaxation, and then just focusing on breathing deeply in through the nose, out through the mouth, filling up those lungs as much as possible. All right, come on up when you're ready. That is it for today. Thank you for coming to class. Make sure to drink plenty of water and have a good rest of your day. I'll see you next time.